I've been a deep sea diver for 12 years. After what I discovered, I'm quitting my job for good. I've been a diver for over a decade, and I've seen things that haunt me, but nothing like what I found on my last dive. I don't think I'll ever go near the water again. The call came around 11 a.m. A father had taken his son fly fishing. He'd managed to hook himself, went to the truck for a first aid kit, and came back to find his son gone. It had been raining for weeks, the river swollen and cold. Chances were grim. We arrived within the hour. After speaking with the father and searching the woods, we realized we had no choice but to start combing the water. I knew, even as I stepped into the freezing river, that the boy was already gone. We searched the obvious spots, nothing. But then I noticed something odd. A dry creek bed now flowing fast from all the rain, enough to sweep a small child. It ran between 2 points in the river, forming a shortcut, and it ended in a place divers don't go. Badwater. It's a stretch of river avoided by even the most experienced divers. The older guys all say the same thing. Don't go near Badwater. The current's supposed to be too strong. The risk's too great. But I couldn't stop thinking about the boy. Maybe his body was tangled near the mouth of the creek. Maybe I could bring him back to his parents. The surface looked calm, too calm. But I geared up and slipped in anyway. To my surprise, the current wasn't strong. It was weaker than the rest of the river. I descended deeper and deeper through blackness until green shapes emerged. At first, I thought they were weeds. They weren't. They were arms, hundreds of green arms growing up from the riverbed like plants. They had roots, actual roots, and they moved. Some were thick and long, others tiny and infant-like, their fists opening and closing hungrily. I saw the boy. His body was being pulled under, buried by those things, as more hands worked to feed and bury him. Then I saw the others, 4 more bodies in various stages of decay. Some bloated, others broken down into unrecognizable white masses. The arms were using them as fertilizer. I barely made it to the surface without vomiting in my mask. I tore my gear off and ran back to camp. I pulled Moose aside, the most experienced diver on the team, and told him everything. He stared at me, cold. I told you never to go near Badwater. That's what you're worried about, I asked, stunned. He squeezed my shoulder. Don't tell anyone else if they find out you dove there. But people are dying, I hissed. What are those things? How long has this been happening? We have an agreement, he said. That's why they only grow in Badwater. Don't mess this up. I saw a flicker of regret in his eyes. Sometimes you have to choose between the lesser of two evils. Even then, you lose sleep. We kept searching for 2 more days, officially. Then we called off the search and gave the family our condolences, but I couldn't let it go. That night, I returned alone. I had to know I wasn't losing my mind. I dove again, same spot, but this time there was nothing. No arms, no bodies, just empty black water. Then something brushed my leg. I froze. A sharp pain tore through my calf. Something was gripping me. I kicked and writhed, caught a glimpse of a pale arm stretching up from the depths. Another grabbed my forearm, pulling. I panicked, flailing until I broke free, scrambling ashore, bleeding. I turned to look. The water was perfectly calm. Then I heard him behind me, Moose. His voice was quiet, but colder than the water I'd just escaped. I told you not to come back here.